When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on his South Indian tour, he stayed at the home of Venkatabhatta for 4 months, Chaturmasya. In fact, that year, at this time, because Karthik is during Chaturmasya, he was in Srirangam. And beautiful pastimes took place there. A few in particular Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describe. Toward the end of the trip, or the stay there, Lord Chaitanya was very much appreciating Venkatabhatta because he had such pure devotion to Lord Narayan, Lakshmi Narayan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so pleased. But he wanted to share something even deeper. And one day, in a joking way, he said to Venkatabhatta, "You are a pure devotee of Narayan. This is very good. But Krishna's pastimes are the essence of all sweetness. And even Lakshmi performs tapasya and is willing to leave Vaikuntha in order to taste the sweetness of Krishna's pastimes." Venkatabhatta listened. He was very pleased by what he was hearing. But he said, "But that is not a fault with Lakshmi Devi, because Narayan and Krishna are identical, the same person. So even if she left Narayan for Krishna, because they're the same person, it's not unchaste. So Lakshmi is perfect." Lord Chaitanya said, "Yes, what you are saying is true. But why is it that Lakshmi was not allowed entrance into Krishna's Ras Leela?" And then Lord Chaitanya told stories. There's a place called Belvan, which is not far from here across the river Yamuna. In Belvan, at the time of Lord Krishna, there were many trees that had bale fruits. And those fruits were like balls. When Krishna was with the gopas, the cowherd boys, they would love to play. And those ball-like fruits were very, very enjoyable for them to play with. Can you imagine what it is like playing with Krishna? Krishna is the creator of everything that exists. It's a little meditation. Astronomers are trying to figure out, how does the universe work? The suns and the stars and the planets and the laws of gravity, and the sun planet is millions of times bigger than the earth, and how everything is in its orbit, and within this little tiny speck of a universe, and within the speck in this universe is this little earth planet. And how does the molecule work? How does the atomic particle operate? How does the body work? How does nature? Such incredible creative technology this creation is. It's absolutely inconceivable. And it's all created by Brahma. And Brahma is just created by Vishnu. In fact, the Brahma who created this universe wanted to meet Krishna, and he went to Dwarka. And the guard at the door reported to Krishna and came back to Brahma and said, "Which Brahma?" Krishna's asking. Which Brahma? The four-headed Brahma. Because he said the four-headed Brahma, Krishna knew how to humble him. When he came in, he saw 8-headed Brahmins, and 16, and 64, and 128, and I'm not a mathematician. He saw Brahmas with hundreds and thousands of heads. So could you imagine what those universes might be like? And Lord Brahma himself has prayed, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, Anadyaradyara Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. It means I'm a controller, And everyone in a little way is a controller, but Krishna is Parameshwar. He is the supreme controller of all controllers. And his body, his personality is Satchit Ananda, eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. He's the cause of all causes. He's all that is. Sarva Karana Karana. The origin of everything. So if we analyze how material nature works, what creativity, it's absolutely incredible. Well, the cause of all that creativity is playing with his boyfriends. Can you imagine what type of games they create? We see in this world how many little games there are, how many sports. There's so many sports and so many ways to play. In a lifetime of Brahma, even the greatest poets cannot explain how many games Krishna could play with his friends in 1 hour. Achintya Shakti. This is Krishna. And they would play games playing with these balls, and fruits. Such simple games. Krishna, what a technologist he is in this universe. Today, the children, they need all kinds of computerized games to be happy. But Krishna's happy just throwing fruits with his friends. This is Vrindavan, where the beauty is in the simplicity. And Balvan was one of the favorite places for them to play ball games. And also in Balvan is where Lakshmi Devi, she sat because she wanted permission to cross the Yamuna and enter into the pastimes with Krishna and his gopis. But she was told, after performing tapasya, leaving Narayan, leaving Vaikuntha Loka, she sat right there, and we could go right to the place where she's still sitting. She fasted. She did austerities. And she was told that you can only enter into the pastimes of Vrindavan if you give up your identity as a goddess of fortune. Vrindavan is a place where the love is simple. Just be a gopi, milk cows, make patties out of their dung, and sing songs. Jivve pivasvramita matadeva govinda damodara madhaveti. Whatever the gopis did, they were just singing about Krishna. Such a simple life. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was explaining this story to Venkatabhata. He said that we can only enter into Krishna's Leela by following in the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan. Even Lakshmi has to do that. And he explained how Narayan has 60 most essential qualities of his unlimited qualities. But Krishna has 4 that are beyond even Narayan. His Leela, his pastimes, are a limitless, bottomless, shoreless ocean of happiness. His devotees, the gopis, the gopas, their love for him is so unlimitedly deep, so unconditional, that Krishna actually gives them entrance into such a personal relationship where his identity as the absolute truth, as the supreme God of all gods, moves aside. And he becomes their child, their friend, and their lover. And Krishna's flute, There are hundreds and thousands of beautiful poems that describe the sound of Krishna's flute and the effect it has on the devotees' hearts. When Krishna plays his flute, the trees tremble and dance. Sometimes the movable objects become stunned like trees. Sometimes the rocks melt and flow like rivers, and sometimes the rivers become stunned and immovable. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when Krishna's flute enters into the ear of the gopis, it's like a bird that goes in through their ears and makes a nest so that nothing else could get into the ear, and then goes into their heart and completely steals their hearts. And Krishna's beauty, the charm and the sweetness of his beauty, even the absolute truth, Narayan, is attracted to Krishna's beauty. Even Krishna is attracted to his beauty. Chaitanya Charitamrita tells a story where Krishna saw a reflection of himself in a jeweled pillar and became stunned and intoxicated by his beauty. And then he was thinking that only Radharani, I am the Vishaya, I am the object of love, but Radharani is the Ashraya Vigraha. She is the abode of love. What does she experience when she sees my beauty? Even I cannot understand that.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.